Nice fish would like to thank hotspot flashers and apex lures, often imitated, never duplicated. Delta tackle. Don't get caught without it.
It is said the birthplace of British Columbia was the small community of Ucluit, also known as Friendly Cove. Located at the southwestern tip of Nootka Island, it was on this spot where the earliest contact between Europeans and First Nation peoples took place. The First Nations migrated here over 4,000 years ago for its rich sea life, mild climate, and beautiful natural surroundings. It is for those same reasons that today, tourists from around the globe continue to visit Nootka Island. And you thought we were just going fishing.
One of my favorite places to fish. Nootka Sound. And at a place which is kind of befitting for Nootka Sound, I guess, Matt, and that would be Nootka Island Resort, right? Or no, Nootka Island Lodge. I did it wrong, eh? Nootka Island Lodge up here, well, just as close. There's where Captain Cook landed, right over there. And of course, I'm with one of the top guys, because you got a lot of good guys up there, don't you? This is Matt Sear, one of the Sear family that run Nootka Island Lodge. And of course, what are we doing up here? We're fishing for the big Chinook salmon. And I'm fishing with bait busters. Hopefully, bait busters are going to work, because the boat just ahead of us has a double header on. And that makes me edgy. Either we should have been in front of him, or else... And that's that. My cup of tea. That was a good dinner you guys had tonight. Good roast pork.
Yeah,
salmon.
Pretty good work there.
Yeah, your dad served up that salmon for us. It was nice, you know. He said, "What do you want? Do you want a well-done piece or a medium rare piece?" As he cut up that salmon, and of course. Then I had the bumbleberry pie, which my cameraman never took out a picture of, so I can't show it to you. But it was very good as well. So we had the bait buster on one side and we had the bait on the other side. And I was starting to get full confidence in my bait. You got nice fish there, Matt.
Yeah, looks like a good one.
Are you getting used to that rod and reel yet?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. Way to go, buddy. That just gave a good showing for himself, didn't he? There. Now, Matt, that is quality angling. You know, nice sized fish on a, on a synthetic lure, not using bait. That's quality angling. Now imagine this, Captain Cook comes in with the Resolution. There's a little bay just around here, and the Nootka people said, Nootka, which means go around. So Captain Cook figured it out, and he brought the Resolution out of the bay over there and came into here into Friendly Cove. It has another name, but it actually means winds of all directions, the name of the cove, but we call it Friendly Cove right here. So imagine the Resolution, this sailing ship sitting there, and for the first time, a boat landing on these shores with Captain Cook and some of his men greeting McQuina, Chief McQuina, and his people for the first time. This is where it happened, right here on Nootka Island. And at that particular time, this was a fairly large village. The village isn't here anymore, but there's still some remnants of the village as time went on. Like there's the church, and there's the burial ground, and of course we have the lighthouse. But and we have a few residents that live here. For example, we have a carver who lives here. But other than that, this is where a lot of history began. Are you able to make a living at it, Sanford?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good man.
Long time, no?
Yeah, are you selling outside, like you're selling in Victoria or anything else like that in Vancouver?
Yeah, mostly in Tofino for the past 8 years.
Tofino, okay. They make all their own tools to do their carving.
Yeah.
That all made, all handmade.
Yeah.
And they never handmade with the screws. Cheated.
Yeah, I cheated on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. But we'll let you get away with that one.
Yeah.
We saw some nice fish caught last night, so we thought, well, they're fishing bait, so we came out this morning. So we're doing a little bit of a test. We've got bait on one side, I got a herring on one side, and we've got the bait buster on the other side, and just to see if there's a difference. And so far, the bait buster's picked up the fish, and the bait hasn't. But will that stand up? I don't know. It's like a prize fight, isn't it? We're gonna see over the time here, because I'm getting a little competitive now. But we've had some good fishing. We've got some calm sea conditions so far. The wind's supposed to pick up this afternoon. But even that, when you're out on the West Coast, you really don't know. You know, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes and it'll change. And I don't want to see it change from what it is right now because it's absolutely beautiful. So that's it. Up here at Nootka Sound with Matt from Nootka Island Lodge, fishing Nootka Sound, just right out, basically in front of the lodge, looking for Chinook salmon. I'll get the net.
Just a little up front here.
Not much being said right now. This is always the moment of being quiet, right? He gave a good showing of himself, though, for the size.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. And on that, I'll say it's my turn. And it's a little misty out here right now, so you're going to see little spots always getting on the lens, especially with these high definition cameras, you know. They show every little blemish and, of course, every little spot of the lens. So we'll let you clean the lens, and we'll get back, get these bait busters back, and Matt and I are going to have a nice evening catching more fish, hopefully. Way to go. We had faith. This is a bigger fish. That's a bigger fish. Look at that reel going. I'm happy. You can hear me breathing. Matt's slowly backing the boat up to give me better position on this fish. bring him up to you now. There we go. There we go. And the fish is in the boat. He's in the net.
Fish.
Whew. I'll just sit down. The fish is coming in there. Hey. Look at this, everybody. Look at this here. We got to get a picture of this. Look at this here. Good swivels. You see all the good swivels? Fairly heavy leader because you don't want to twist up your leader because this is turning. And a bait buster. A Hardy Lane reel with the matching Hardy Lane rod. You see, I even got the blue, matching the blue line. That's because you got to look good on the water, right? And here's the man here who put me into the fish. Matt's here. Thanks a lot, buddy. Let's take care of this fish, and we'll take a quick commercial break and come back with some more of this exciting action out here in the waters off Nootka Sound, compliments of Nootka Island Lodge. So this particular church here, I don't know how old it is. We'll try and, if I do get an age, we'll flash it up on the screen right now. But all the windows are all stained glass, and of course they've all been taken out to protect them, and they've put regular glass windows in. And you can imagine the storms that they get out here on the west coast. But at one time, this would be full, with a full congregation and a minister. And today, of course, there's, as I say, just a couple families that live on Nootka Island. And this church here just stands alone, sort of as a testament to what it used to be.
The original religion of the West Coast Aboriginal was much different than Christianity. For thousands of years before Christianity was introduced, the Aboriginal people were of their own faith and beliefs. Was Christianity good for the natives of Canada? History today tells a story that conflicts with what the white man thought was righteous. And today many native people are going back to the older beliefs in order to find the right path for themselves and their people.
Check this out. This is an old Spanish burial site for people who didn't make it home. You can see these boxes. Now those aren't painted green. That green is just from the mildew. Now there's nowhere to bury anyone here because it's all rock. So what they would do is they would find, like this cave here, and it wasn't sacred ground to the native people, so this is where they buried the white Spanish people. And this is about all that's left here now. These are all human remains. When you look at those skulls, they're hundreds of years old. And unfortunately, when you look over in this corner here, you can see little bones all over the place. They all been crunched up. Maybe a bear got in here and started chewing them up. We don't know. But this is Mother Nature just slowly deteriorating, and it takes hundreds of years to do it. But the real reason that we're here is for the fabulous fishing. And that's what we're going to take you back to right now. Some great fishing up here in Nootka Sound. Compliments of Nootka Island Resort. Nootka Island Lodge. Another fish on in the rain, We got some. What happened is the rain started to come, so we covered up the camera. I put on my rain gear, and we brought our gear up. We were fishing 38 feet, and I brought this up to 21 feet, 20 feet. And man, did he ever poke that thing off of there? Did I say, Matt?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Eddie. A nice tight rod on them. I got those barbless hooks. The type you buy barbless, and they're just like slick. I mean, fish does one wrong turn and those barbs can pop out of his mouth pretty easy. It's altogether different than when you take a barb hook and yeah, a lot of times people buy hooks and they have barbs on them, and then what they do is they pinch the barbs. And it leaves enough of a nub in there sometimes where it helps hold the barb into the fish's mouth, but it's still easy to take the fish out. But these barbless ones, it's just real slick, so this fish is really doing a lot of rolling. And I don't like that rolling. But he doesn't know what's going on. It's so much fun on a fly rod, my friends, to play a fish like this. Takes a little bit longer, but still doesn't stress the fish out too much. It's a lot of fun. And this is a 12 weight, this rod. It's the Hardy Lane 12 weight. And a 12 weight is a nice weight of rod, and it's a 9 foot, so it's not that big. Oh, look at that fish out there. Look at him rolling out here. Look at him go, look at him go, look at him go out there. Look at the reels go down now. You can see the reel screaming out like this. Oh, come on, buddy. What's his problem? It's not that big of a fish. But,
Sounding.
Yeah, is he ever? Going down. That was a nice run. Very, very nice run. Oh, he wants to stay down. Look at that, eh? Matt's operating the boat really nice for me, just keeping the fish aloft here so that I can play at a nice angle. I don't have to move around too much. He's also watching any other boats so that they come in the area. We ward them off, but this boat's staying fairly close because he's just gone down. There, you see, he's start working him up. Look at that rod. Look at that rod. This guy there. See, just pump them up, and then reel down. When they sound like that, that's how you bring them up. Lift like this here. Reel down. Now you see my guide over there, Matt. See her? He was born and raised in this place. This is 25 years now that this lodge has been here. And how old are you now, Matt?
23.
23. So you were probably conceived on some stormy night out in this lodge. And he spent his whole life out here, boy. You come out here and you come out fishing with Matt, and he can tell you some really neat stories about this area. Knows a lot about the history of Nootka Sound, which has a tremendous history. With, if you look at that point down there, has a memorial, and that particular memorial is for Captain Cook, because that's where he landed. And there's an old, still a church there, and a lighthouse, and some other neat things to look at when you're up here. There's a lot of history up here. This is where the Resolution sailed. This is the first place the Resolution saw the west coast of Canada. And the first man actually stepped foot was Captain Cook, right here. And then there's this fellow by the name of Jewett, who was held captive here in the early 1800s. All the crew was killed except for him and another fellow. And he spent 2 years in the bush as a slave for the natives before he was rescued. And he wrote a book and all his memoirs. And the reason they never killed him, I think, was because he knew he was an iron. He knew how to forge steel, so the natives never killed him. And also a buddy was a sailmaker, so they never killed him either. But lots of interesting history up here. Lots of really interesting history.
Just trying to spin them around to the bow there.
Okay, I can pull them over here anyways, Matt. Don't worry about it. There he is. Okay, net's coming out now. Net's coming out. And we're going to lead the fish head first with his head. Oh, no, not either. Come on up here, buddy. I'm going to lead the fish here. I'll move a bit forward here, and then that way I can move my rod back further. You could have had that fish if I hadn't. If I could have stepped behind you, and that's a lot of things. You know, when you're playing a fish, you can usually let your guide know when to net the fish. Like now, you see the fish on the side? You see how he's on the side, he's ready to be netted? See, and he'll just come right in, into the net. Hey!
Nice fish.
Hey! What a great day out here in Nootka Sound. Whew. Whew. On. Here, I'll just you wonder what these fish are being caught on. There it is right there. The bait buster. Piece of Velcro. And here's the damage that he did. That's a nice fish, isn't he?
Nice one.
Yeah, the mid-20s. Very, very nice. Going down, folks, you can have a look close.